None of you
Yes,
read
sir.
anything? Tell me any headline. What happened today? Can anyone briefly?
यस सर। सो जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट है उसने एक ऑर्डर निकाला है कि जो केरल का एक मुला पेरियर डैम है, उसको जो कि 126 ईयर ओल्ड है, उसकी मेंटेनेंस के लिए कुछ मतलब स्टेप्स लिए जाएंगे। उसके लिए उन्होंने केरला और तमिलनाडु में अलग अलग टेक्निकल एक्सपर्ट्स और ऐसी अलग अलग बैकग्राउंड के लोगों को, मतलब उनका एक टीम तैयार करने का एक ऑर्डर दिया है।
Okay, nice. Anything else? Yes, XC variant in Gujarat as well as in Maharashtra also. New COVID variant.
About the FCRA amendments, so SC uploaded that last yesterday.
Okay. So today one more I was reading live law and there was a case related to Kerala. I mean related to minority scholarship regarding Kerala. So in that case, there was a brief. I mean, that was regarding the minority scholarship distribution between Christian and Muslims. But they have cited the example of Sachar committee. Have you anyone of you heard about Sachar committee?
मैं
Yes,
तो बोलूँ
What was Sachar committee
sir,
about?
it's related to
Regarding what?
interstate.
No, no, no. That was not Sachar committee. So basically, Sachar committee was regarding the uh, minority.
रिजर्वेशन के मेनली
G. Such committee was regarding the minorities of India. I mean, their socio-economic condition was read through that committee. Such a committee was headed by Justice Rajen Sachar, and he was the Delhi High Court Chief Justice. So like that, if you got any regarding any committee, such a committee was really important committee because its report is cited many places. Whenever something talks comes about the Muslim minorities, such a committee reports come in the front. And there is another committee on the minorities uh, that is Rangnath Misra Committee. Rangnath Misra Committee is on the base of linguistic minority as well as religious minority. Indian Constitution recognize two kinds of minority. One is by language and another is by religion. So there are two. I mean these two committees are really important to remember. Sachar Committee and Rangnath Misra Committee related to minority. So any committee, something like that is it's pop up. So go and read about it. Sometimes question at least one question every time they ask from committees. So first let's discuss about the short-term test. I mean nearly 62 people have attempted it. So let's briefly discuss about it. Can you people see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now let's
Sir,
briefly.
can you please repeat the names of the committees?
Sachar Committee, headed by Justice Rajen Sachar, and Rangnath Misra Committee. He was also Justice Rangnath Misra. These two committees regarding minorities of India. Sachar Committee was specifically with religious minority, and Rangnath Misra Committee was regarding both linguistic as well as religious minorities. Okay, so can you see this form, Google form? Okay, so nearly 62 people have attempted this short-term test second, and there were 15 questions, and average marking is 10. 10 is quite good. If anyone have scored more than 9, then it's good. If any have one have scored less than 9, they need to work on that. So first question was, which of the following is not a fundamental right? So most of you have done it correctly. That right against exploitation is fundamental right. Right to equality is fundamental right. Right to freedom of religion. Can anyone tell me right against exploitation comes under which article?
23.
Article 23
23 and
and
24.
24.
23 and 24.
Yeah, yeah. Hmm. And right to strike is not there, but can you tell me anything related to strike protest is there in our fundamental right?
Right to speech and expression.
Okay.
freedom,
Related to protest, a form of protest, any form of protest is there? I mean, as a fundamental right, is it used?
assemble peacefully,
Assemble peacefully is there. Have you heard about picketing? Picketing के बारे में सुना है? Picketing is a form of protest. That is our fundamental right. Right to picketing is part of our fundamental right. If you don't know what is picketing, picketing is basically, if you would have heard about that, some people silently go and with some banner or some poster, and they show that poster or banner and oppose something. That is called as picketing. Picketing. So if anyone have read about history, they would have heard about it. Picketing was very popular form of protest in Gandhian movement. Women especially used to do picketing form of protest in front of liquor shops. Okay, so let's come to next question. The prohibition of traffic in human beings and beggar, nearly 70% did it correctly. That is Article 23. Can anyone tell what is in Article 24?
Provision of employment of
Sorry.
children in factories.
Okay, what is the age given? I mean, mentioned in Article 24 of children, that not less than this should be
18.
18.
14.
14.
14.
Whoever said 14, that is right. 14 is the age. And next is the right to property is a. So right to property is a legal right. Most of you have done it correctly. The Vice President of India holds office for a term of 5 years. And some of you have mentioned that during the pleasure of the president, second most marked is during the pleasure of president. Can you tell which office is under comes under this thing, during the pleasure of the president? A very important office comes, I mean, they are on that post as long as president is allowing them. Can anyone tell which office is that? There are many offices, some are really important, like governor office is till the प्लेजर ऑफ द प्रेसिडेंट. जब तक प्रेसिडेंट चाहेगा तब तक ही गवर्नर गवर्नर रहेगा. जिस दिन प्रेसिडेंट नहीं चाहेगा उस दिन गवर्नर को वापस बुला लिया जाएगा या उसे रिजाइन देना पड़ेगा. और इसी तरीके से पोस्ट होता है. आप लोग सब लोग सुने होंगे अटॉर्नी जनरल का, अटॉर्नी जनरल ऑफ इंडिया, सॉलिसिटर जनरल, ये सब भी प्लेजर ऑफ प्रेसिडेंट पे ही डिपेंड करता है. तो इनका सिक्योरिटी ऑफ टेन्योर नहीं होता है. So next is, which one of the following official is not appointed by president? Most of you have done it correctly. District and session judge are not appointed. This is important question. Which article of India constitute invest extraordinary power in Supreme Court? Can anyone tell what is in Article 32?
Right
Constitutional
over
remedies.
constitutional remedies.
Constitutional remedies.
Constitutional remedies. What kind of remedies is there?
Writs.
It's
So only fundamental
Risk.
rights.
no, it's part of fundamental right, but what it is in 32? Someone said writ, I think. Writ is the correct answer. There are
Yes.
writs.
Writs.
There are writs in Article 32. And can anyone tell article under which High Court exercise its writs?
Two
The
twenty
fundamental
One
rights only.
26.
Which article?
176
two
maybe.
twenty six.
No, no. Who is saying 226? That is correct. Under Article 226, High Court exercise its writ power. Okay. So note it down if you are not clear about it. Then what is in Article 136? Article 136. Article 136 is SLP. No, not judicial review. SLP. Special leave petition. What kind of this petition are? Special leave petition are those kind of petition. If anyone have, there is a process um, from judicial magistrate, you will go to session judge, then you will go to high court, then you will go to Supreme Court. But through SLP, from a judicial magistrate, you directly approach to the Supreme Court. SLP is a kind of special petition directly without going to high court. You can go Supreme Court if Supreme Court allows you through 136. So 136 is the special leave petition. That is really important power of Supreme Court. And then is Article 142. What is in 142? Article 142 is the decree of Supreme Court. Whatever Supreme Court says, that it becomes a decree and it is binding to everyone. I mean every lower court of India is binding. अगर सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कोई जजमेंट दे दिया, मान लो सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने 377 आर्टिकल है जिसे अननेचुरल ऑफेंस कहा जाता है, नॉट सॉरी आर्टिकल, इट्स इंडियन आईपीसी 377 आईपीसी इंडियन पिनल कोड is related to unnatural offenses. Like earlier, gay and lesbian thing was not allowed in country, but Supreme Court strike down that part. Like transgender and other gay, lesbian are equal human citizen in country. So when Supreme Court has given that judgment in Navtesh Singh Jauhar, after that it became binding on every court in India. None of the High Court can deny that thing. That power comes from Article 142. That is decree. सभी को समझ में आ रहा है? Everyone is getting that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Then most of you have done it wrong. Only 47% got the correct answer of the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court of India. तो यहाँ पे jurisdiction है क्या? लोगों को confusion होगा कि यहाँ पे jurisdiction क्या? What is actually jurisdiction talking here? I mean this question. So jurisdiction means enlarging the power and influence of Supreme Court or command or control of Supreme Court over the people, over the territory or over any subjects. मान लो कल सिक्किम पहले इंडिया का पार्ट कंप्लीटली नहीं था 1975 तक, तो उसके बाद जब सिक्किम कंप्लीटली इंडिया का पार्ट बना तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट का पावर वहां तक हो गया. मान लो कि कल कोई हम लोग नेपाल का कुछ पार्ट जो है किसी समझौते के थ्रू इंडिया में आ जाता है, तो वो पार्ट जब इंडिया में आएगा तो उसके ऊपर जो एक्सरसाइज होगा सुप्रीम कोर्ट का, वो कैसे होगा? वो जब पार्लियामेंट उसे अथॉरिटी देगा तब होगा. वो किसके थ्रू होगा? लॉ के थ्रू होगा. और लॉ कौन बनाता है? पार्लियामेंट बनाता है. इसलिए ज्यूरिसडिक्शन अगर पावर सुप्रीम कोर्ट का बढ़ाना है तो वो कानून से बढ़ सकता है और कानून बनाने वाला हमारा पार्लियामेंट है. तो ये है लॉजिक इस क्वेश्चन के पीछे. अगर सुप्रीम कोर्ट का पावर बढ़ाना है तो वो पार्लियामेंट के थ्रू ही होगा उसका ज्यूरिसडिक्शन. मान लो कल सुप्रीम कोर्ट को कोई नया काम सौंपा जाए कि जो भी अपॉइंटमेंट्स होते हैं उस सबका आपको रिव्यू करना है, तो कैसे वो रिव्यू करेगा? जब तक कोई कानून ना बनाया जाए पार्लियामेंट द्वारा, और वो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के अगेंस्ट में नहीं होना चाहिए। और अगर वो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के अगेंस्ट में नहीं है तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट को वो सारे काम करने पड़ेंगे जो पार्लियामेंट उन्हें कहेगा करने के लिए, कानून बना के। समझ में आया सबको? Next is the first chief election commissioner. Most of you have got it correctly. That was Shiv Sen. Then doctrine of basic structure is the creation of जुडिशरी। जुडिशरी ने ये कॉन्सेप्ट लेकर आया है बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर का। ये बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर का कॉन्सेप्ट जब हमारा कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बना तब उसमें नहीं था, ये बाद में जुडिशरी ने इसे क्रिएट किया है। क्या कोई बता सकता है कब ये आया बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर का कॉन्सेप्ट?
1973 केशवानंद भारती।
Yes, exactly. 1973 by Keswanand Bharti case. The next is the Finance Commission is appointed after every which year. So every 5 year Finance Commission is appointed by the President of India. So what is the work of Finance Commission and where it is mentioned in Constitution?
सर फाइनेंस कमीशन सेंटर और स्टेट में जो बंटवारा होता है पैसों का,
आर्टिकल 280।
It is mentioned in Article 280 and whoever has explained it well. इसका काम क्या होता है कि जो सेंटर और स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के बीच में पैसा आता है टैक्स के थ्रू और दूसरे मीडियम से, उसको डिवीजन होता है स्टेट के बीच में और सेंटर के बीच में। ऐसा क्यों है? क्योंकि अगर आप देखेंगे जो टैक्स डिवीजन है वो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट के खाते में कम है, लेकिन रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी जो है वो ज़्यादातर स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के पास दिया गया है कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में। तो इसलिए वो बजट को मतलब सेंटर और स्टेट में डिवाइड किया जाता है ताकि जो है फेडरलिज्म बना रहे, फेडरल स्ट्रक्चर जो है इकोनॉमिकल सेंस में मेंटेन रहे। समझ में आया?
ये जो कमीशन बनाया जाता है ये 5 ईयर के लिए बनाया जाता है।
हाँ हाँ, 5 ईयर के बाद, हर 5 ईयर के बाद नया कमीशन फॉर्म किया जाता है। इसका वर्क होता है, फाइनेंस कमीशन बनता है और नेक्स्ट 5 ईयर के लिए रिपोर्ट प्रेजेंट करता है दैट हाउ मच सेंटर हैज टू गिव रिसोर्सेज टू द स्टेट। क्या कोई बता सकता है हाउ मच, आई मीन करंटली सेंटर स्टेट डिवीजन इज देयर?
यस सर।
अभी सेंटर और स्टेट के बीच में कितने % का डिवीजन होता है जो रिसोर्सेज आते हैं उसका? So it's 60-40. 40% goes to state and 60% remains with the center. Okay. Recently, which country is removed from Human Rights Council? It was, I have taught you this question. That's why I have put it here. So it should become a revision for you. That is Russia. अच्छा, अभी आप लोगों को पता है श्रीलंका में क्या चल रहा है?
यस सर।
फाइनेंशियल क्राइसिस।
हाँ, श्रीलंका में बहुत ज़बरदस्त जो है फाइनेंशियल क्राइसिस या इकोनॉमिकल क्राइसिस आप लोग कह सकते हैं, और वहाँ पे इसके चल कर इसको लेकर इमरजेंसी भी लगा दिया गया है। तो ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है। यस, स्टेट इमरजेंसी इज डिक्लेयर्ड देयर फॉर 14 days. If parliament will allow there, then it would be continue, otherwise it would be revoked. So let's see what parliament of Sri Lanka decides. So it is really important to remember that in one of our neighboring countries suffering from economical crisis, even though India has given $2 billion as a loan to support their economy, but let's see what happens. So always keep your eyes to your neighboring countries, what is going on there. It is really important for exam. And who is the largest producer of palm oil? That is again Indonesia is the largest producer. So damnum sine injuria. What is legal maxim? अगर आप लोगों को नहीं पता है कि लीगल मैक्सिम क्या है, तो लीगल मैक्सिम बेसिकली जो हमारे लॉज हैं वो रोमन लॉ से इवॉल्व होकर आए हैं। तो रोम में जो पहले लैंग्वेज बोला जाता था वो लैटिन था। our our laws are evolved from Roman laws, and Roman laws were in the Latin language, and this is exactly the Latin phrase what we are using currently in our laws. So these legal maxima are nothing but Latin phrases, and we read it and we quote it in our laws. So that's, I mean, some of the legal maxims are really important and you have to remember it. Like damnum sign injuria, what it is saying, damage without legal injury. इसका मतलब क्या है, अगर आपको आपका कोई लीगली नुकसान नहीं हो रहा है, तो इंडियन गवर्नमेंट मानता है, इंडिया का कानून मानता है कि वो आपका कोई डैमेज, कोई नुकसान नहीं हुआ है। अगर आपको लीगली कुछ नुकसान हुआ तो आपको वो डैमेज माना जाएगा। जैसे एग्जांपल दे देता हूँ आपको, ये बहुत फेमस एग्जांपल है, हर जगह कोट होता है। थोड़ा अलग दे देता हूँ। मान लो मैं एक दुकान खोला हूँ ग्रॉसरी का, और मेरे सामने में आके मेरे दोस्त ने एक ग्रॉसरी का दुकान खोल लिया। अब मेरा सेलिंग होता था 2000 का पर डे, लेकिन उसके ओपन करने के बाद मेरा सेलिंग जो है घट के 1000 हो गया। इससे मुझे नुकसान तो हो रहा है, डैमेज तो हो रहा है, लेकिन क्या ये लीगली इंजरी है? क्या ये मेरे लीगल राइट्स को कहीं डैमेज कर रहा है? नहीं कर रहा है। तो ये सिंपली यही कह रहा है that damage without legal injury is no, damage without injury is no legal injury। और इसी का एक अपोजिट होता है
इंजूरियस एंड डैमनम।
इंजूरिया साइन डैमनम। उसमें जो है वो लीगल इंजरी हो जाता है लेकिन तुम्हारा कोई डैमेज नहीं होता, तो वहां पे वो भरपाई जो है गवर्नमेंट जो होगा या जो भी अथॉरिटी होगा वो भरपाई उसे करना पड़ेगा। I have which of the following maxima are related to the finding of judgments? I think I have also given explanation for it. Whoever would have done wrong, they would have read. What is ratio decidendi and what is obiter dicta? So ratio decidendi is the basically the logic and reason behind that judgment। कोई भी सुप्रीम कोर्ट का जज जब कोई जजमेंट देता है तो उसके पीछे कुछ लॉजिक होता है, तो वो लॉजिक और रीजन जो होता है उसी को रेशियो डिसेंडाई कहते हैं। और जो भी रेशियो डिसेंडाई होता है वो दूसरे लोअर कोर्ट में या बाकी फ्यूचर के सुप्रीम कोर्ट में एज अ रेफरेंस, एज अ एविडेंस काम करता है। ठीक है, तो बेसिकली रेशियो डिसेंडाई becomes binding on every lower court, and it is what is the basic logic and reason behind that judgment, that is the part of ratio decidendi। And another part of the judgment is obiter dicta। So obiter dicta is what is the basically observations of Supreme Court regarding that cases, that is part of obiter dicta। नेक्स्ट इज इग्नोरेशिया फैक्टी एक्सक्यूजाट। इसका मतलब क्या होता है कि अगर इग्नोरेंस है, अगर आप किसी फैक्ट्स को, यू हैव मिस्ड एनी फैक्ट्स, तो आपको माफ़ी मिल जाएगी। लेकिन इंडिया में अगर आपको लॉ नहीं पता है तो वहाँ पे आपको कोई माफ़ी नहीं मिलेगी। तो एग्जांपल से समझिए, दैट वुड बी इजी। सपोज सपोज बिहार में जो है लिकर पीना बैन है, लेकिन मैं बिहार में लिकर पी
Excuse me,
रहा हूँ
sir.
जाके। सॉरी
Sir, can you give examples in English because I can't follow Hindi? I'm a Keralite.
okay, let me, I mean, explain it in the English and I will also explain in Hindi। uh, so as we all know that liquor is banned in Bihar, and I am a person who is drinking liquor in Bihar and not knowing that in Bihar it is banned, legally banned। So if I will go in front of court and I say, my lord, I was not aware that liquor is banned in the Bihar state, so by that I cannot take this excuse, and I would be prosecuted by the judge। Okay, so अगर आप, if you are not aware about law, you cannot make it as excuse, but if you are not aware about the fact, you can make it as an excuse that, my lord, it happened by mistake, and I was not aware about that. Like if you have liquor in your bag and you are not about that, I mean someone had put liquor in your bag and you are roaming in Bihar and you got caught, and if you are not aware about that, you can say that it is mistake of fact. Okay, got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now it's over. Would you people like to complete the previous year question? We have completed 50% last class. Would you like to complete that, or shall I start my lecture?
We can do the questions, sir.
Okay, so let's complete the 2021 question. We have completed 50 questions last class. 50 more are left. So let's complete it. You people can see screen.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we had read that in previous class that electoral clause that elects the president of India comprise of. Can anyone tell what is the electoral clause of president?
Both the
Both houses of the parliament.
elected
Both houses.
And
the elected members of both the houses and the state legislative assembly.
yes, elected member of the both the houses and state legislative assembly. Okay, there is a general question here. It is in the form of match the following. So Albert Einstein is famous for,
Theory of relativity. The theory of relativity.
yes, Albert Einstein has given the theory of relativity, and Alexander Fleming,
Penicillin.
The
penicillin, and Charles Darwin.
Theory of
Evolution.
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 So it's just part of general awareness. This kind of question comes in general awareness. And J.L. Baird was the creator of television, inventor of television. So this kind of assertion and reason questions are really tricky, and their options are also really tricky. So you have to be more conscious while doing this kind of question. Like the writing material of pencil is generally made up of graphite. Everyone knows that, and graphite is good conductor of electricity. Maybe you would have doubt in this statement.
No, sir, this is not good conductor of
Because
electricity.
graphite has carbon, and carbon at in which carbon is there, that is the more chances that conductivity would be there. Someone's mic is on. Can can Pasha Ratham? Yes, thank you. So, but here it is, when you read the option, first is both A are true and R is correct explanation of A. This is the more tricky, that is it making a explanation of this statement or not. So
Yes,
always
sir.
always try to find out the relation between two sentences. If there is relation, then R is the correct explanation of A. If there is no relation, then R is not correct explanation of A. So there is, if you will read both, you will find out that there is no relation between these two. This is saying something else, this is saying something else, but both are true. So that's why option second is correct. Both A are true, but R is not correct explanation of A. Next question is father of artificial intelligence. That is John McCarthy. Can anyone tell? Histology is the study of what? And
Tissue. Tissue.
yes, histology is the Study of tissue. And what about bones
Osteology.
Osteology.
and fungi? Mycology. Fungi is mycology, bone is osteology, tissue is histology, and virus is for virus
Virology.
virology. So remember and go for other what is generally this kind of question comes like what is the study of insects called?
Entomology.
Entomology. What is the study of bird called? Ornithology. And read the Nobel prizes. Last year three questions were came from the Nobel Prize. So do it properly and go and check previously who has got what prize. Can anyone tell me who has got Peace Prize last year in 2021?
Program.
No, that was 2020. Who has got in 2021 Nobel Peace Prize?
Sir, can you repeat the question?
Who has got Nobel Peace Prize in 2021? You would have heard that two popular famous journalists have got the Nobel Prize. One is from Philippines and another is from Russia. Their work was to uh, uplift raise the people's voice and protect the journalism, spirit of journalism. On those things they got. So go and check it once. Nobel Prizes of 2021. Because if 2022 Nobel Prize didn't get declared before the your exam, so they might ask from 2021. Last year. So once prepare it. So here it is question is the choose the correct match options below. So Nobel Prize for Economics is given by a bank. It's Sveriges Risks Bank that is in Sweden, I think. Sweden or Denmark, this bank is there. So they provide this economic prize, um, economical Nobel Prize. So that time, Paul L. R. Milgram and Robert B. Wilson got this prize. Can anyone tell when the budget comes in our assembly?
One
February
Feb,
1st.
On which day?
first Feb.
First
First
February.
February.
Okay, and can anyone tell when the economic survey comes in our parliament?
31st
31
March.
January.
So on 31st, economic surveys comes, laid down before our parliament, and on 1st February, this budget is used to lay down in our assembly parliament. So remember these both things. So it is 1st February. This was a question from current affairs. UAE has sent two astronauts in space. So regarding that, one astronaut was female. So it was the first female astronaut of UAE who went. She went to uh, in space. Her name was Nora Al Matrushi. This is a question from Niti Ayog. As you all know, chairperson of Niti Ayog always used to our prime minister, and there are also some ex officio member. Can anyone tell who are the current ex officio members of Niti Ayog? Current ex officio members of Niti Aayog.
Prime
Prime Minister is chairman.
Defense Minister, Minister of Home Affairs.
Okay.
बाकी नहीं पता.
Okay, so defense minister and minister of home affairs and finance minister and agricultural minister. Currently, these four ministers are part of our ex officio member of Niti Aayog. Who decide that who would be member? It is the prime minister who will decide who will be the ex officio member. तो प्राइम मिनिस्टर जिसे डिसाइड करेगा एक्स ऑफिसो मेंबर वही बनेगा. तो करेंटली ये 4 एक्स ऑफिसो मेंबर हैं. ये मैंने यहाँ ओपन भी किया था आप लोगों को शो करने के लिए. अमित शाह, राजनाथ सिंह, निर्मला सीतारमन एंड नरेंद्र सिंह तोमर. नरेंद्र सिंह तोमर इज आवर agriculture minister currently. So these four are our currently ex officio members. And who decides it? It's our chairperson. That is our prime minister decides who would be the ex officio member of Niti Aayog. Some are also special invitees. That is not that much important, but always remember the ex officio members. In a special invitees Nitin Gadkari, Piyush Goyal, Virendra Kumar, Ashwani Vaishnav, and Rao Indrajit Singh is mainly the ministers or cabinet ministers. Office of Economic Advisor is attached with. It is attached with the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. तो कुछ फ्लैगशिप प्रोग्राम हमें जो है वो करंट एनडीए गवर्नमेंट के याद करने पड़ेंगे, कुछ देखने पड़ेंगे. जैसे लाइक आयुष्मान भारत प्रधानमंत्री जन आरोग्य योजना, इसका फ्लैगशिप प्रोग्राम है और इसे कौन इम्प्लीमेंट कर रहा है? दैट इज इम्प्लीमेंटेड बाय नेशनल हेल्थ अथॉरिटी. सो लाइक दैट वी हैव टू लाइक उज्ज्वला योजना, उजाला योजना, जन धन योजना. सो and one which is related to gas cylinder, Ujjwala Yojana, I think. So
उज्ज्वल.
हाँ, Ujjwala Yojana. So some flagships program of current government we have to read. So here it is our Nobel Peace Prize for 2020. That is World Food Program. So this year might be they asked the Nobel Peace Prize for 2021. So as I have told that two journalists got it, so keep remember. And here it is our Nobel Prize in Physiology and Medicine. Who provide that award? That is also important. It is provided by Nobel Assembly at Karolinska Institute, Stockholm, Sweden. One question is asked from National Film Fair Award. So there is a question related to polity. Statement is India is a federal polity. India's federal model is different from federal model of United States of America. And third is federalism implies horizontal distribution of power between executive, legislature and judiciary. कौन कौन सा स्टेटमेंट आप लोगों को सही लगता है?
First and second.
थर्ड में क्या प्रॉब्लम है? थर्ड स्टेटमेंट में क्या रॉन्ग है?
तो सेंटर एंड स्टेट के बीच में डिवाइड होती है ना पावर्स. तो
जुडिशरी इंडिपेंडेंट है.
जुडिशरी इंडिपेंडेंट है, उसका कोई रिलेशन नहीं है यहाँ पे. फेडरलिज्म बेसिकली क्या होता है? डिवीजन ऑफ पावर बिटवीन सेंटर एंड स्टेट. सो हॉरिजेंटल लाइन आप लोगों को मालूम है कैसी होती है? हॉरिजेंटल जो एकदम सीधी लाइन होती है, ये इफ यू कैन सी माय माउथ कर्सर, इट दिस इज हॉरिजेंटल लाइन. और वर्टिकल लाइन ये होता है जो सीधा सीधा होता है. तो जो पावर होता है वो ऊपर सेंटर और नीचे स्टेट, ये सेंटर है और ये स्टेट है, इस तरह डिवीजन होता है। तो ये हमेशा वर्टिकल लाइन में डिवीजन होता है। तो ऑलवेज रिमेंबर, फेडरलिज्म की जहाँ बात आएगी वहाँ पे पावर हमेशा वर्टिकल लाइन में डिवीजन होगा, और सेपरेशन ऑफ पावर की जहाँ बात आएगी वो हॉरिजेंटल लाइन में। तो एग्जीक्यूटिव, लेजिस्लेचर और जुडिशरी, ये हॉरिजेंटल लाइन में इनका पावर डिवीजन है। लेकिन जो फेडरलिज्म है उसका स्टेट या मतलब सेंटर या यूनियन, और उसके नीचे स्टेट या प्रोविंस, वो वर्टिकल में डिवीजन है। तो यहाँ से आपको आइडेंटिफाई करना पड़ेगा। क्लियर है सभी को? एवरीबॉडी गॉट इट?
Yes.
If anyone has confusion, they can ask me. I will repeat it. Another question was related to Maharashtra legislature. They have made a act, Social and Economic Act, scrapped by the Supreme Court of India. So they are giving some statement. We have to read and see. The act has been challenged on the ground that it violates the maximum limit of 50% imposed on the revision. जो 50% का क्राइटेरिया है कि 50 आफ्टर 50% आई मीन आवर रिजर्वेशन कैन नॉट एक्सीड, उस ग्राउंड पे इसे चैलेंज किया गया। दूसरा स्टेट सेकंड स्टेटमेंट इज सेइंग दैट अंडर द आर्टिकल 16 इट इज क्लियरली मेंशन्ड that I mean we cannot cross the government cannot cross the 50% limit. थर्ड में क्या है, सुप्रीम कोर्ट जजमेंट इंदिरा सहाय वर्सेस यूनियन ऑफ इंडिया has declared this that we cannot cross the 50% reservation, and if you have exceptional circumstances we cannot regular thing. And fourth statement is that the limit of 50% of reservation is not mentioned and expressly in the text of article 16. In under article 16 it is not clearly mentioned. ये क्लियरली मेंशन नहीं है। तो दूसरा और चौथा स्टेटमेंट अपोजिट है एक दूसरे के। तो आप लोग बताइए कौन सा स्टेटमेंट सही है? क्या आर्टिकल 16 में लिखा है क्लियरली या नहीं लिखा है?
नो सर,
हम्म
नहीं लिखा है।
इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर अगर आप लोग थोड़ा सा भी सेंस यूज करेंगे तो इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर इसी में दिया हुआ है, स्टेटमेंट में ही। जब यहाँ पे बता रहा है थर्ड स्टेटमेंट में कि इंदिरा सहाय वर्सेस यूनियन ऑफ इंडिया वाले केस में ये कॉन्सेप्ट आया 50% का कि 50% से ज़्यादा एक्सेप्शनल इस सर्कमस्टेंसेस में ही दिया जाएगा, ऐसा सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा। तो जब सुप्रीम कोर्ट ये कह रहा है तो वो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में नहीं लिखा होगा ज़्यादातर चांस है, क्योंकि ये सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने डिसाइड किया है यहाँ पे कि इससे ज़्यादा नहीं होना चाहिए, और होना चाहिए तो एक्सेप्शनल सर्कमस्टेंसेस में होना चाहिए। तो इसके मतलब ये होगा कि अगर आप थोड़ा कॉमन सेंस यूज करेंगे तो
इट इज नॉट
जो
मेंशन इन द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन।
हाँ, तो जो फोर्थ स्टेटमेंट है वो रॉन्ग है, बाकी जो फर्स्ट सेकंड और थर्ड स्टेटमेंट है वो करेक्ट है। लेकिन क्या आप बता सकते हैं किसी स्टेट में जहाँ पे 50% से ज़्यादा रिजर्वेशन हो?
केरला।
हाँ ठीक है। आप लोग जानते हैं तमिलनाडु में कितना रिजर्वेशन है? तमिलनाडु में नियरली 70% रिजर्वेशन है। विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग प्रिंसिपल कैन बी लोकेटेड इन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया? इसमें से कौन से प्रिंसिपल्स हैं जो हम अपने कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में देख सकते हैं? सेपरेशन ऑफ पावर, फेडरलिज्म, पार्लियामेंट सॉवरेनिटी एंड सेकुलरिज्म। Which things are in our constitution as a principle?
ABD, separation of power, federalism, secular.
यस सर, ABD।
And C is not in
ABD.
our constitution.
यस सर, पार्लियामेंट्री सोवरेनिटी।
Sir, parliamentary sovereignty is not.
Okay, can anyone tell me what is parliamentary sovereignty?
Sir, this means the supremacy of parliament is more.
Sorry, what is more?
No,
Yes, sir. It means that the supremacy of the parliament is more than anything.
Okay, okay. Mm-hmm.
That's called.
Yeah, yeah, got it. Anyone else saying anything regarding parliamentary supremacy? So, parliamentary supremacy means parliament is supreme in that country. Whatever parliament will say,
Parliament is superior to executive and
uh,
judiciary.
it would be supreme to anything, and whatever will parliament say, no one can check that. Can anyone tell any country where parliament is supreme?
USA.
USA,
USA.
No, wrong.
Russia,
No. UK,
Britain,
United
Canada.
Kingdom.
China.
UK, UK. UK. In United Kingdom, Parliament is supreme, and if Parliament want, he can change the judgments of Supreme Court. And House of Lord is the uh, highest judicial body of that country. House of Lord is a parliamentary body, upper house of the United Kingdom. So in UK, Parliament is supreme. So parliamentary sovereignty we can see in UK. What it is sovereign in India? I mean highest power.
Supreme Court.
No,
President.
constitution.
Oh yeah, Constitution.
In India, constitution is the supreme. And in case of USA, we can see judiciary has little bit more upper hand in compared to other bodies. So always remember this thing. This is also very interesting question and very relevant question. Lots of time this question is repeated in last 3 4 years. Article 19(1)(a) and 19(2) Constitution of India states that in 1950 the state can make laws to restriction of freedom of speech. We all know that there are some restriction of freedom of speech. It is not kind of absolute. There are some restrictions. There are some grounds of restrictions like hate speech, contempt of court, defamation, and decency and morality. So we have to choose what is given in our constitution. I mean, as a reasonable restrictions. So which are reasonable
Hate
restrictions in our
speech,
constitution?
contempt of court, or decency of moral or morality.
हम्म। आप सबको क्यों लगता है कि हेट स्पीच है वहां पे? आप जब इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बना 1950 में, तो हेट स्पीच उतना कॉमन चीज नहीं था उस समय। हेट स्पीच आज के दिन में कॉमन हो गया, इसीलिए बहुत सारे लोग उसको समझते होंगे कि हेट स्पीच एक रीजनेबल रिस्ट्रिक्शन होगा। लेकिन हेट स्पीच जो है वो रीजनेबल रिस्ट्रिक्शन नहीं है कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में। बाकी जो तीनों है वो रीजनेबल रिस्ट्रिक्शन दिया हुआ है, क्योंकि जब हमारे फोर फादर्स जो थे वो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन फ्रेम कर रहे थे उस समय, उन्होंने और उस समय वो चीज़ें इतनी कॉमन नहीं थी जो आज हेट स्पीच इतना कॉमन है। तो अक्सर करके स्टूडेंट्स इसमें कंफ्यूज होते हैं और हेट स्पीच को भी काउंट कर लेते हैं। तो हेट स्पीच नहीं है रीजनेबल रिस्ट्रिक्शन। हेट स्पीच क्योंकि अभी कॉमन बना है, उसके पीछे का लॉजिक ये है। तो आंसर इज बी सी डी, ए इज नॉट देयर। So under the Citizenship Amendment Act, I mean it was really in our current affairs all the time. Belonging to Hindu, Sikh, Buddhist, Jain, Parsi और Christian community from certain, ये कहा गया था कि अगर certain countries से हिंदू, सिख, बुद्धिस्ट, जैन will come in India, then we will give them citizenship. उसमें कौन कौन सी कंट्रियाँ थी अंडर
Afghanistan,
सिटीजनशिप?
Bangladesh, and Pakistan.
बांग्लादेश और अफगानिस्तान, म्यांमार नहीं।
Sir, not Myanmar. Only
Myanmar
Afghanistan.
was not there. Only
Yes.
Afghanistan, Bangladesh, and Pakistan was there. So one question is regarding the governor. This question's answer is even though wrong. I mean, it was later corrected by Delhi University. Governor is elected by the state legislature. Governor is appointed by the President of India, a person who has completed age of 30 years Oh, sorry, it is written 30. I thought it's 35. 30 years can be a governor. The same person cannot be appointed as the governor of two or more states. So it is saying that which statements are wrong. I mean, not true. Can anyone tell
B and C.
why C is wrong?
So because the minimum age to be a governor is 35, not
35
30.
years.
35. And why B is wrong?
So
Same person can be appointed for two or more
Two
states
states.
as governor.
That same person cannot be appointed. So D is wrong. C is also wrong. Is B is wrong?
No, A is wrong.
yes, sir.
B is correct. Rest of them are wrong. So its answer is A, C, D. Next is the question regarding United Nations again, UN Security Council. Which country has veto power? How many countries have veto power?
5.
Can anyone tell those names all?
रसिया,
China.
चीन,
China.
यूके, फ्रांस, यूएसए।
Okay. So here it is. Germany is in option, and Germany do not have power of veto.
वीटो।
Okay. This is interesting question. Gambia versus Myanmar, commonly known as Rohingya genocide case, where this case was fought.
ICJ.
Can anyone tell me the difference between International Court of Justice and International Criminal Court? There are two international courts. One is International Court of Justice, and another is International Criminal Court.
One is a civil court, the ICJ is a civil court versus the ICC is a criminal court.
No, no, that is not true. ICJ deals with all kind of cases, and here it is the genocide case, and genocide case is criminal case, and it is dealt by International Court of Justice. So always remember that some basic fact about both International Court of Justice as well as International Criminal Court. Both headquarters is where? Can anyone tell me? Same place. Both
हेग,
headquarters.
Hague, Netherlands.
हेग।
Geneva.
No, 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 not Geneva. Hague or Hague, whatever you pronunciate it. It's in Netherlands. Hague, Netherlands. And International Court of Justice is a body of United Nations. But International Criminal Court is not the body of United Nations. International Criminal Court came in the existence in 2001. There was a treaty signed in Rome. After that, International Criminal Court came in existence. So it came in 2001. I can also show you. All the countries are also not member. Only 123 countries are member of International Criminal Court. But International Court of Justice has all the 193 members. So here in this picture you can see. So these red one are the not member of International Criminal Court, like China, India, Pakistan, Myanmar, Nepal. So these are the major countries which are not the member of International Criminal Court, but all the 193 countries are the part of International Court of Justice, because it came from a treaty and not every country has signed this treaty. And some of the country like Russia and America earlier signed the treaty, but now they came out from it. Okay, so there is also a question regarding the International Criminal Court in next. Yes, look here. It is asking that which of the foreign countries have not signed the Statute of International Criminal
Sir,
Court. Yes,
can you explain in brief previous one?
which thing?
International Court of Justice and Criminal.
Okay, differences. Only one similarity is in both of them. That is both headquarters is the at same place. That is Hague, Netherlands, and rest is all the things are different. International Court of Justice is a part of UN. It is the sixth body, one of the sixth body of the UN. And International Criminal Court is formed by a statute, a treaty signed in 2001 in Rome to form a criminal court, International Criminal Court. And only 123 members are part of International Criminal Court. But in International Court of Justice, all the member of UN, 193 member of part of that कम्स अंडर द इंटरनेशनल कोर्ट ऑफ जस्टिस। आप लोगों ने देखा होगा हमारे यहाँ के एक जाधव का केस था, याद है? वो पाकिस्तान में
शिवराज
पकड़े गए
यादव।
थे और इंडिया पाकिस्तान की गवर्नमेंट क्लेम कर रही थी कि वो स्पाई कर रहे थे गवर्नमेंट की, याद है? तो हम लोग कहाँ गए थे? इंडिया और पाकिस्तान दोनों कहाँ गया? इंटरनेशनल कोर्ट ऑफ जस्टिस में गया, क्योंकि दोनों कंट्री, ना इंडिया ना पाकिस्तान, दोनों भी इंटरनेशनल क्रिमिनल कोर्ट के पार्ट नहीं है, लेकिन दोनों पार्ट किसके हैं? इंटरनेशनल कोर्ट ऑफ जस्टिस के। इसलिए दोनों कहाँ गए? इंटरनेशनल कोर्ट ऑफ जस्टिस में गए थे अपना मैटर रिजॉल्व कराने के लिए। क्लियर है अब? एवरीबॉडी गॉट इट?
सर हाउ मेनी मेंबर्स ऑफ
Yes.
क्रिमिनल कोड?
इंटरनेशनल
193.
क्रिमिनल कोर्ट 123, इंटरनेशनल कोर्ट ऑफ जस्टिस 193। ओके, so time is 9. Can I take 10 more minutes if you people allow?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I will take uh, 10 more minutes and I will complete it. Here it is asked, where is the WHO's headquarter? So always read the UN's all bodies headquarter and what is their basic work. Who is not the member of SARC? Can anyone tell me all the members of SARC? South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation.
Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, Nepal, Bhutan, Sri Lanka.
Okay. And are you missing any country?
China.
Maldives.
Bangladesh, Maldives.
Bangladesh, Maldives.
Okay.
And
And which country left? I think we have covered all the countries. All the South Asian countries are the member of South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. So Myanmar is not the part of the SARC. Do you know there is a BIMSTEC, an organization is BIMSTEC, Bay of Bengal something. It start with Bay of Bengal Initiative, something like that. Just go and read about that BIMSTEC. It was in news, so remember the members of that BIMSTEC countries.
In
Myanmar,
Colombo, sir.
Myanmar and Thailand is also part of BIMSTEC. So here the next question is, which organization provides collective security? Option is ASEAN, NATO, SARC, and NAFTA. We know SARC is a not a security collective security. It's a cultural and regional trade organization. ASEAN is also a trade bloc, but NATO is a security bloc, military bloc, we can say, led by United States of America. Which organ of the United States has accomplished its mandate and ceased to be operational? कौन सा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है जो अब ऑपरेशन नहीं है, मतलब उसका जो वर्क था वो खत्म हो चुका, अपना जो एम था, गोल था, वो अचीव कर चुके हैं?
Trusteeship Council.
वो है ट्रस्टीशिप काउंसिल। ट्रस्टीशिप काउंसिल का बेसिकली वर्क क्या था? जो भी कॉलोनियल कंट्रीज थे, छोटे मोटे आइलैंड थे, उसको ट्रस्टीशिप काउंसिल अपने कंट्रोल में ले लिया था और बाद में उन सबको इंडिपेंडेंट कर दिया। तो इसलिए अब ट्रस्टीशिप काउंसिल का कोई वर्क नहीं है, अब ये इनफेक्टिव हो चुका है बॉडी। यूएन का एक बॉडी था, परमानेंट बॉडी। one of the sixth. The recent Supreme Court judgment Nitisha versus Union of India 2001, ये किससे रिलेटेड था? आर्मी में ग्रांट परमानेंट कमीशन जो है वुमेन को नहीं मिल रहा था और उसको बताया गया कि राइट टू इक्वालिटी का वायलेशन है। आपने रिसेंटली सुना होगा एनडीए में वुमेन की एंट्री हुई है, सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने एक जजमेंट दिया है, सुना है ना? वो वाला जजमेंट आप लोग जाके देख लीजिएगा, उससे मुझे लगता है क्वेश्चन आने के पूरे पूरे चांसेस हैं, क्योंकि वो काफ़ी इंपॉर्टेंट जजमेंट रहा है जिसमें एनडीए में भी वुमेन को अलाउ किया गया फाइनली परमानेंट कमीशन में। Who was the first Chief Justice of Supreme Court? We have already discussed it yesterday. That was H.J. Kania. Who was the shortest serving of Chief Justice? That that person was Kamal Narayan Singh. Can anyone tell me who is the longest serving Chief Justice of Supreme Court? Longest serving Chief Justice of Supreme Court. Shall I give a hint?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
His son is currently justice in Supreme Court. The person who served the longest Chief Justice, his one son.
Chandrachud.
Yeah. It's Chandrachud. Currently, D.Y. Chandrachud is our justice in Supreme Court, and his father, Yaswant Chandrachud something, was the Chief Justice, and he was the
यशवंत विष्णु चंद्रचूड़ YV.
YV Chandrachud, Yaswant Vishnu Chandrachud, and currently Dhananjay Yaswant Chandrachud is our justice. So remember this fact that he was the longest serving Chief Justice of our country. So next question is with schedule. So here it has asked in tricky way that which schedule of constitution deal with the distribution of legislative power between parliament and state legislature. Can anyone tell which schedule?
7.
7.
But in 7th schedule, we always read that lists are there. So always remember those lists are division of power between state and center. Can anyone tell what is in 5th schedule?
Rajya Sabha
Schedule
seat,
caste.
Rajya Sabha seat allocation.
No, that is in 4. Schedule
Schedule
4.
caste, schedule tribes. Okay.
Not schedule tribes. Schedule areas are in schedule 5. And in schedule 6, tribal areas of northeast is mentioned in schedule 6, but in schedule 5 the schedule areas. What is the schedule area? Schedule area is a kind of areas where uh, some tribal community are staying, and that area by governor it is declared as schedule area, so they have little bit autonomy of their, I mean, to decide their some basic laws they use to decide themselves. That is the schedule area. We can see schedule areas in Gujarat, Rajasthan, and some other states, Telangana, Andhra, Odisha. So can anyone tell what is in schedule 8?
Languages.
Languages are part of schedule 8. Look, I have told you that this question from Article 1 question came in last year. This question is here. Article 1 of Indian Constitution of India defines as India as federal
Union of
state,
Union of States.
Union of States.
union of states. So yeah, it's good you people have read that. And these questions are from legal aptitude. So I think I have covered almost all the Indian polity and constitution question. One question is the enforcement of the following fundamental right guaranteed by the Constitution of India cannot be suspended due to the proclamation of emergency on account of war or external aggression.
Right to life and personal liberty.
Right to
Right.
life and personal liberty under
हम्म,
Article 21.
उसको क्या है, सस्पेंड नहीं किया जा सकता. So, and can anyone tell that which rights are not allotted to the foreigner, alien, not citizen of India?
14, 14, 15, 19, 29, and 30.
14, 15 or 15, 16?
No, sir. 15, 19.
15, 16, 19, 30, 29.
Yes, yes. 15, 16. No, no, not 22.
And sir, one more. Adult franchise. Article
Yeah.
2 to 5 maybe.
Mm.
Right to vote and contest election.
Yes, 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 exactly. Which of the following rights are a part of freedom of speech and expression guaranteed by the Constitution of India? Exercise of freedom of speech and expression through the medium of internet, right to information, right to broadcast, and right to remain silent. Which option is correct? All option or three option, second option?
Sir, all options are correct.
All options are correct. Always remember, right to remain silent is also part of freedom of speech and expression. People always got confused in this. That right to remain silent, is it part of freedom of speech and expression? So yes, it is. And all the three are easy. Like I mean, you can understand by just reading it. Right to broadcast information and freedom of speech and expression through the medium of internet. Okay, so next is passage, and finally we have completed all the general awareness and uh, Indian polity and constitution question. So are you people getting it what I am explaining and uh, briefly defining every question?
Yes, sir.
So from tomorrow, what? Sorry, आपकी आवाज